Kung naka-live na ba tayo?
What a surge it's been for the Bucks at the top of the Eastern Conference last year. 60 wins.
Sino ba ako
the
dyan?
most since
Itong si
1981.
ano.
Right, and much like those teams from the 80s, they fell
Sino?
short in the end. And that's been the rub with the Bucks.
Pringle.
You know, you look back at so many years in a row, so close, couldn't do it. And then this last year against
Ito
Toronto.
ay trial lang naman mga hutol. So,
Game 3's double OT. And then all of a sudden, a week later, their season.
ayan na pala, naka-open na tayo dito.
Quite been able to get over the hump since
Papakita
the
ko
days
muna.
of Lou Alcindor.
The nice thing is, though, this team is making the mandatory steps it seems that all these teams eventually have to make to get to where they want to go.
Right. They're trying to keep the team together that they succeeded with last year. Sometimes when you have success, you think that you should keep that success together, and that can be dangerous because really I felt like that team underachieved. They lost to a Toronto team that they had just performed better than during the season. So what's that last piece that you need? And I guess the last piece for Milwaukee now is, can Giannis be the closer? We haven't seen it yet.
so ang tanong is, bakit walang lumalabas na sound? Dapat may lumalabas na sound dyan.
Are you asking me, GA? I'm not sure.
That'll be a 5-second call.
Yeah, 2 turnovers already in just the first few minutes. Clearly a bit careless. They need him to refocus.
Here's P. Offline with his 3. Here's the eraser. And there's the 8-second call as they can't get it across half court in time.
Hey guys, just a little too nonchalant there. That's a couple turnovers here in the last few minutes, and those miscues can spell trouble.
The Bucks have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game.
Didn't happen. I sense a real resentment from the younger fans with the LeBron versus MJ thing because LeBron's their guy. They get to watch LeBron. They don't want to hear that MJ was better than him, so they made the case for LeBron and the way things are now.
But what about like the Oscar Robertsons, the Elgin Baylors, and we've talked about.
Oh, yeah.
My goodness, you talk about some of these players, unbelievable.
Yeah, the
Fantastic
60s,
numbers.
70s, 80s.
Oh.
I think part of what hurts is people can go on YouTube and when you watch some of the older stuff, nobody's playing defense.
And the 76ers decide to take their first time out here.
Yeah, you can't make any excuses right now for them giving the ball up as much as they have in this one. Hopefully they can get on the same page during this timeout.
About 3.5 minutes in. And they call the 8-second violation. Too much time getting it up court.
You know, you hate to blame anybody, but those turnovers are a big reason why they're down.
Milwaukee leading by 11. Bill, you wear so many hats, writing, producing, performing. You're running the Ringer, which is highly successful. What role satisfies you the most?
I would say working with young people and trying to. I think that's the coolest thing you can do, especially if you feel like you've done some good stuff and accomplished some things and realize the next thing to do is just to, can you help other people get to where they should get?
Well, a lot of this wasn't around when you and I were growing up. So
No.
what were your dreams?
My dream initially was just to write a sports column that people read.
In the
That's what I
Globe.
wanted forever, yeah. And then the most satisfying thing is just not knowing what's next, but taking chances and hoping things are going to be fun and work out. You have to have a good team. You have to have like 6 or 7 awesome people that you completely trust who can help you do stuff, because it's impossible to do everything yourself, especially if you're trying to increase the scale of what you're doing. And I think that even works for an NBA organization. You know, it's not like one person running everything. I would say putting a good team around you is the most important thing.
And doesn't like how things are going right now.
The timeout here, maybe just to cut off the momentum and have a chit chat with the team to settle down.
With some of this stuff while also preparing these guys. One of them that makes no sense to me. One of them that makes no sense.
Couldn't get it in bounds that time.
And that's a couple of very safety possessions in a row.
Couldn't get it in bounds that time.
And that's a couple.
Call time here.
And as things present throughout a game, teams have to adapt on the fly.
And timeout.
Hello, sound check.
Hello, sound check.
Wala na yata akong mic. Hello. Hello, sound.
On the call with the foul. The Bucks shooting their third and fourth free throw shots of the night.
Yeah,
Let's
and
check.
fairly decent a season ago, about 77% from the line.
Hello, sound check.
No good on the free throw.
Hello, sound check.
He hits the second from the line. They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time.
And not usually what we see from him. 3 turnovers already in the game.
So ngayon dapat naririnig mo ako.
For the three. The shot, no good. So Philadelphia will take it the other way.
Kasi parang ngongo.
Here's the waiter, and that's going to be a turnover. They call him for 8 seconds.
And that has been a huge problem for them here early in this game.
G's checked in for the 76ers. And then for Milwaukee, baddest one comes in for the Bulldozer, and Jay's subbed in for P. Bucks leading by 18. Jay, the pass to Flash. With the floater, and it's blocked. 1:06 left in the first quarter. And there's the 8-second call as they can't get it across half court in time. So the 76ers, their last game, a loss to the Detroit Pistons. Here's baddest one. Here's Cruz. Here's baddest one. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Well, if I was baking up a lead, I'd add 2 ingredients. One would be playing smart. The other one, playing selfless. They've done that tonight. Serve it up.
Hello.
50 seconds left to play in the first quarter.
Hello, sound check.
Here's Flash. G with the rebound.
Maybe a time to rest him right now. Just give him a bit of a breather. Try to help him get back on track.
And they call the 8-second violation. Too much time getting it up court.
Hello, sound check. 1, 2.
Bucks leading by 20. Here's baddest one. No good on that one.
And the effort never stops with him. No easy shots when he's on the floor.
Well, it's about the defensive end, and that's what guys feed off. He gives the effort down there at all times.
Milwaukee's gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by. Good on the shot. Baddest one's got his second bucket.
They're scoring
Ayan,
boatloads of
clear na ba?
buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
That'll be a 5-second call.
T.O. number 5 for him in the game, and that's way too high of a number for any one player.
Dapat medyo clear na yan, di ba?
To the left side wing. And there's the 3-second call, this one on the defense.
For the win.
The Bucks shooting their 5th free throw of the game here.
Ayan, sana medyo clear na to.
Shot from 12. That one goes. Count it.
Really seizing the momentum of this game, but doing it with a methodical approach.
Well, how good have they been on the inside tonight, just getting down into the painted area and just dominating, controlling that spot.
Hello, sound check. Kung dinig nyo na ako.
Here's the
Check lang po kung dinig
bulldozer.
na.
Over to the wing. Flash. And another basket for Milwaukee.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Well, if there were 4 or 5 boxes to check in terms of the game plan tonight, they might have checked 6. I mean, they're doing everything out there.
Here's Jay. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And so it's Milwaukee rolling along with a 27-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. And they've created a bunch of turnovers with that terrific D. Back to the action after this word. And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this. For the Bucks to be in. What do you think, guys?
Well, going to the bench early, they obviously knew what they were doing.
Yeah, looking for a spark here, and the coach tapped the right guys to get out there and provide it.
And for Milwaukee, they're shooting pretty well at 46% from the floor. On the court for Milwaukee here in the second.
Little sound check.
Z is out there with the bulldozer. Then there's Z. Then there's J. And his baddest one in at the 5 spot. And it's a defensive 3-second violation. The Bucks shooting the 6th attempt at the free throw line tonight. 76ers on defense. The Bucks working the ball around. Here's Z. Connects from three-point range. Z's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation. And the Bucks with possession here. And the layup's good off the glass. Z's got 5 points so far.
Of all the action happening there, Kevin, it's the assist that jumps out to me there. That's just a great look and a great setup for the bucket.
And now a chance to see what's coming up for Philadelphia. On Saturday, they'll be taking on Victor Oladipo and the Indiana Pacers. Then on Monday, they'll go up against Bradley Beal and the Washington Wizards. And so it's Milwaukee with it. Here's Baddest one. Got a piece of it. Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. And that's going to be a turn. 8 seconds.
And that is just a deflating error on his part.
Yeah, he knows he shouldn't have made it, and that's just really overall a frustrating sequence that hopefully doesn't stick with him.
Lights out, checked in for Milwaukee. Passes it to Baddest one. And there's the defensive 3-second call. The Bucks have hit most of their free throws tonight, 5 of 6.
Hello.
And the technical free throw is good. Z. Oh, and he blocks it off the glass. Wow. Here's the eraser. He is still scoreless so far in this one. And there's the 8-second call as they can't get it across half court in time. And some changes here for the Bucks. The Bulldozer, he's checked in for the Baddest one. And Anthony subbed in for the Bulldozer. And it's Milwaukee's ball. They picked up 11 straight. Passes it to the Bulldozer. And good that time. The Bulldozer's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Unable to get the ball in bounds, they get called for the 5-second violation.
I mean, these giveaways aren't doing them any favors on the scoreboard.
Quarter two and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. And there are the Bucks with another bucket.
Yeah, this story in the second quarter much different than the one in the first. We're finally seeing some aggression.
That'll be a 5-second call.
This game is going to get even more out of hand unless they start valuing the basketball.
D, he's checked in for G. The Bucks also with the sub. G's checked in. Here's Z. It's all in by the 76ers. The Erasers got rebound number 5 here tonight. And they call the 8-second violation. Too much time getting it up court.
Yeah, giving away possessions here and really giving away.
Hello, sound check. Check. Hello, sound check. 1, 2. Hello.
And there's the 8-second call as they...
And to make that mistake at this time is tough to come back from.
Well, not making things easier on themselves right now, that's for sure.
Vanessa Rowley's checked in for the 76ers. And Milwaukee also making the switch. Aussie's checked in for Z. Here's the bulldozer. Pass to Boss. Shot, high post, 2 points. That one down.
The totals, Devin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time.
So far. And to make that mistake at this time is tough to come back from.
Well, not making things easier on themselves right now, that's for sure.
And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Here's
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Hello, sound check.
He's got 8 to the middle. Lays it up and off the glass. The Bulldozers got 10 points.
Ayan, sana mga
Nicely
utol
done.
naririnig yun
They
ako ngayon.
continue to attack inside, and that's 10 points in a row in the paint.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it inbounds that time.
And that
Kaso
is
medyo
just a
mahina kasi yung
deflating era
datingan eh.
on his part.
Ewan ko lang
Yeah,
kung
he knows
bakit.
he shouldn't
Pero
have made
tatry
it,
pa rin
and that's
natin
just
gamutin
really
to.
overall a frustrating sequence that hopefully doesn't stick with him.
15
Ayan.
seconds left here in the second.
Diretso na ba?
Here's G. Here's the Bulldozer. Off on the layup. And so it's Milwaukee enjoying the kind of gigantic lead you almost never see. From the field, they have been outstanding. Amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. Back right after this.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. We've reached halftime of our first regular season game.
Swimming.
I thought you thought maybe the first half was going swimmingly.
Ayan, sana malakas na to.
Ernie,
Hello. Pero ba't parang sabog kasi yung ano? Teka, kargaan ko kaya ng effects so, para medyo... Hello, sound check. Kaya medyo rinig yun na ba ako mga utol? Hello, sound.
What'd you think about Philadelphia?
Well, they got a ton of issues to work out. Allow way too high percentage to be shot against them. Not really showing any energy on defense. No discipline. Look at that.
Ayan, nadinig na no. Medyo malinaw na.
and that does it for our halftime show. We now take you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third period.
So, pag sinabayan ko nito, wala na mangyayari ngayon.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. The Bulldozer with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Sabog pa rin eh.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
Hello,
And
hello.
after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Especially in the playoffs, Brent, so much can change when a player gets in a foul trouble. See the league ever modifying that foul out rule?
I know that they do that in the summer league where you can stay on the court for 10 fouls as elimination, but it's a technical every time. I don't see the league doing that. I think it's good for the game so that star players or meaningful players, ones that play specifically on defense, they have to have responsibility for what it is that they're doing on the floor. And if they're overly aggressive,
Hello,
you
sound
should be
check.
penalized for playing that way.
They've got the eraser. The general is out there with Mr. Moves. It's Thompson, and it's Slaughter in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. The Bucks have put up good numbers at the charity stripe, converting 6 of 7.
Hello, sound check. Hello, sound check. Hello, sound check. 1, 2.
Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation.
Yeah, a fourth turnover there. That's just a rough, sloppy game.
So ayan mga utol, medyo tinig na ba?
Boss passes to P.
Grabe yung ano, ang init ngayon dito, sobra.
And there's the 8-second call as they can't get it across half court in time.
And to make that mistake at this time is tough to come back from.
Well, not making things easier on themselves right now, that's for sure.
And the pass to P. Puts up a three, buries the long-range jumper. P's got 13 points.
And not wasting any time here, kicking their offense right back into gear. That's 3 of 4 from the field.
That'll be a 5-second call.
And that is just a deflating error on his part.
Yeah, he knows he shouldn't have made it, and that's just really overall a frustrating sequence that hopefully doesn't stick with him.
About 1 minute played here in the second half. Now here's Thompson. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. And that's going to be a turnover. They call him for 8 seconds.
And you know what? You've got to play smart when you're trailing. Margin for error much smaller, yet they continue to make mistakes.
And it's the Bucks ball.
Low sound
It's
check.
been 8 unanswered points for him. And Greg, after this season, Antetokounmpo will be eligible to sign a Supermax extension. The Bucks want him to stay happy.
The loss of Malcolm Brogdon last summer definitely stung. Trying to control costs, but you don't want to take a step back with Giannis's decision looming.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he makes the first.
Epic.
And so he makes both from the line. They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time.
And they've been just a little too casual with the basketball. It continues to haunt them.
So it's the Bucks now. They haven't given up any points here in the second half. Yep, that one goes in there.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation.
And mistakes, guys, this quarter have translated to 9 points
Hello,
at the other
sound
end.
check.
And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half. P passes to Boss. Shoots it up. And he gets it to go. Hitting off the back of the rim. Boss has got 12. That'll be a 5-second call.
And to make that mistake at this time is tough to come back from.
Well, not making things easier on themselves right now, that's for sure.
Here's P.
Hello, hello.
And Philadelphia grabs the miss. 2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. And they call the 8-second violation. Too much time getting it up court.
Hello, sound check.
And they've
1,
got
2.
a lot of ground to make up, and it's hard to do if you continue.
Hello, sound check. 1, 2.
Inside. It's tipped. Out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession.
Hello, sound check. 1, 2. Grabe, ang lakas ni ano. Masyadong malakas. Tanggalin natin yung effects, medyo pangit eh.
Here's Boss. 12 points for him. Here's lights out and denied. He sends it right off the glass.
Hello, hello.
Here's the natural. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. And that's going to be a turnover. They call for 8 seconds. Turnovers were a story for him early on, but that's changed. And now
Hello, sound check.
having trouble keeping possession and momentum. Here's Milwaukee now. Good momentum.
Hello,
14
sound
straight
check.
points. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Anthony on the wing.
Nahihilo na ako dito sa ano na to, ginagawa ko.
And in on the nice reverse. The Bulldozers got 12 in the game. That'll be a 5-second call.
And that is just a deflating error on his part.
Yeah, he knows he shouldn't have made it, and that's just really overall a frustrating sequence that hopefully doesn't stick with him.
Hello, sound check. 1, 2.
And so it's Milwaukee now. They haven't given up any points here in the second half. Boss, no good.
Really surprising to see the huge edge they have in rebounds given what the scoreboard says.
And there's the 8-second call as they can't get it across half court in time.
How about turnover number 4 for him alone here in this quarter? He has got to do a better job.
Here's Milwaukee now. It's been 16 straight unanswered. Pass to Anthony. Pass to lights out. And it's denied. And he's able to get it back. Here's the natural. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. And that's going to be a turnover. They call him for 8 seconds.
And to make that mistake at this time is tough to come back from.
Well, not making things easier on themselves right now, that's for sure.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. Cruz, he's checked in for Anthony. Jay comes in for P, and Flash is subbed in for Boss. Pass to the Bulldozer. Draws contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
This looks like he's got more feel tonight, like he's really got a good grip on that ball as he's letting it go.
If you were choosing a center for the team that you ran, and you've got these options, Joel Embiid, Big Cat, or Jokic in Denver, who do you go with?
There's so much variety in their games, Kevin. And I appreciate what Jokic does so much for that Denver Nuggets offense, initiating as a center from the top. But I'm going to have to go with Embiid and the way that he can dominate the game. There's
Hello, sana mas malakas na to. Hello, sana mas malakas na to.
doing damage, taking away a lot of three-point shots. And not to disparage what it is that Karl Anthony Towns can do, but his size and dominance, I think there's an intimidation factor that Joel Embiid brings to the game that I would lean on over the other two.
And it's a completely new group here for Philadelphia. To the paint. Here's the Bulldozer. He's got 7. And there's the pass to Jay. Just 5 to shoot. Here's T. Sinks the three-pointer. T's got 5 points so far.
Three-point shooting since the half has been about as good as you could ask for.
Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation. Left to play here in the third. Here's Jay, and there are the Bucks with another bucket.
And the jump shot has been a dimension of this game where they've had a clear advantage.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time.
And that is just a deflating error on his part.
Yeah, he knows he shouldn't have made it, and that's just really overall a frustrating sequence that hopefully doesn't stick with him.
Goes up off the inbound, and the layup is up and in. 8 points for him.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping points.
And that is just a deflating error on his part.
Yeah, he knows he shouldn't have made it, and that's just really overall a frustrating sequence that hopefully doesn't stick with him.
.125 left in the third. Here's Flash. Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. Here's the waiter. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. And they call the 8-second violation. Too much time getting it up court.